former Met farmhand J.T. Ginn facing his first organization for the first time. And Ginn was a second-round pick by the Mets in 2020 out of Mississippi State.
Lindor hitting just .217, the OPS .590, and last night in the opener was 0 for 5.
Bouncing ball on the right side, off the backhand of Muncy, recovered by Wilson, is thrown out in time. And the A's, who had trouble fielding ground balls on the infield last night, have trouble on the first chance of the game.
So Mets, like last night, actually it was Lindor who got on an E4. Have a base runner to start this one, and here is Juan Soto batting left.
And he hits one softly on the left side. The throw to second for one, the relay by Muncy, not in time. Well, here is the raging hot Pete Alonso. Pete was 3 for 3 last night with a double homer, drove in 3.
As the 2-2 pitch comes in, and Alonso swings and misses. Upset he didn't get that one.
Here's Nimmo batting left. Runner at first, 2 outs.
Nimmo pops it to shallow left. Out goes Wilson, calling off Urias, and he will make the catch.
So J.T. Ginn works around the error, keeps the Mets off the board with the A's coming up in the bottom half.
David Peterson on the bump for the New York Metropolitans. A couple starts under his belt. This is the third one, 10 2/3 innings. ERA just a hair over 2.5.
Now Jacob Wilson, you got to get him quick. He will swing very early. Right now hitting .377.
And he tops one back to Peterson, who handles it easily. And that's the first out. So here's Brent Rooker getting a rare chance to play the field today, normally the DH. And a swing and a miss. Peterson comes upstairs with the four-seamer to strike out Rooker. And there are 2 away.
So here's Soderstrom, who's hitting at .327 with 6 homers and 10 RBI.
Swing and a foul into the mid, squeeze by Sanger, inning over. That was quick. David Peterson means business. Couple of strikeouts, a 1-2-3 first.
Vientos just 5 hits and 46 at bats to start this season.
1-0. That's lined the other way, falling fast, base hit. That feels good for Vientos, who has the first Mets hit of the game. It's a single the other way.
And Beatty floats one to the second baseman, and Muncy grabs it for the second out. Here's Siri trying to snap an 0 for 16. And he fouls that first sinker right off his leg and goes down in a heap. And he comes up holding his left knee.
Yeah, he fouled that not off the padding that he has on his shin, but right off his left knee.
He can barely put any pressure on his left leg right now.
And Siri's slowly going to hobble his way from the plate to the first base dugout after fouling a ball off the front leg.
And it is Tyrone Taylor who will come into the game with an 0-1 count. 0-2. And Taylor strikes out. A nasty sinker works in on the righty.
J.T. Ginn is really on his game this afternoon.
Langoliers had another big night against the Mets last night. 2 for 4 night last night. Gets the hopper out to Lindor, who throws him out. And then Duhar laces one to center, and in comes Taylor to snatch the liner. 2 out.
Here's the 1-2. Got him looking outside corner, paint from Peterson, 94 miles an hour, and J.J. Bleday, the next latest victim.
Back-to-back walks puts runners on first and second for Alonso coming up.
Pete was 3 for 3 last night with a home run and 3 RBIs.
3-2 pitch, and he got Alonso. Struck him out with the sinker, and now 2 are gone. Nimmo, chopper to first, retreating is Soderstrom. Tricky hop, flips to first to the covering Ginn. No score here in the bottom of the third inning. Luis Urias will hit it hard on a hop to Vientos, and it kicks off of him and trickles into left.
Peterson step off, throw to first, tag, got him! Peterson picks off Urias, something that we saw him do all last season so effectively, and he erases the leadoff single. 2-2. Swing a sharp ground ball towards second. Diving stop by Beatty. Gets to his feet. Sidearms it on to first in time for the out. That was a fine defensive play by Brett Beatty for the final out in the third inning.
Wilson going back to last year, 15 straight on-base streak of 21 games. There's a ground ball inside first and down the line. The streak continues. Over to get in the corner is Soto, digging for 2. Wilson, the throw to second base, not in time. It gets away, and now Wilson's going to hold at second base. So a double for Jacob, and extending his hitting streak to 16 games, hitting 15 this year. As he picks up the leadoff double, that is his 4th double of the year, and the A's are in business.
1-2, that's lifted in the air to center. I think Rooker knows he missed it. He causes Taylor to backtrack and catch the ball. And now Wilson tags to third, and the throw is just late.
the Mets will bring their infield in against Tyler Soderstrom. Wilson at third with one out.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Brayton will hit up the middle and through for a base hit. Here comes Wilson to score, and the A's are on the board. It's 1-0. Soderstrom with his 11th RBI of the year as he brings home Jacob Wilson, and it's a 1-0 ball game.
Now 4 hits this inning against Peterson, and the bases are juiced for J.J. Bleday in the lefty-lefty matchup. Ground ball to second. Beatty will slip and try and turn to second. Will only have one play at first. That brings home the second run of the game for the A's this inning. It's 2-0. 3-2. Marias fights it off, but it might have been catcher's interference, and it was catcher's interference as his bat made contact with Senger.
2-2 the count on Max Muncy. Pitch from Peterson. Swing, a ground ball hit towards shortstop. Lindor fields, shovels it onto second in time for the out, just in time to get Urias as Beatty beat him to the bag.
6th inning, Brandon Nimmo leads off against J.T. Ginn, who's shut the Mets out for the first 5. Nimmo gets a hold of one deep right field. Forget that. That ball's going to sail well up on the berm. And Nimmo's got his second home run in the series to get the Mets on the board.
Homers in back-to-back games for Brandon Nimmo. And the Mets are now down 2-1 in the 6th.
That was a majestic home run. That was a skyscraper.
3-2 pitch to Marte. It's waved it. Down he goes. Got him on a slider, one away, and that'll bring up Mark Vientos, but it will bring Mark Conste out of the A's dugout. Fine job by J.T. Ginn, quite a 25 debut in just his 9th major league start. And the Athletics lead 2-1. Mark Vientos will check in against Justin Sterner, who comes in out of the A's bullpen, relieving J.T. Ginn.
Popped up a mile high to second base. Muncy has it. And 2 are down. Infield playing Beatty to pull. And Beatty will go fishing, swinging and missing on a fastball. So Sterner gets the final 2 outs at the top of the 6th inning, and the A's now lead 2-1.
Muncy popped up and bounced out 0 for 2, 1 for 6 in the series.
1-2 to Muncy. That's cracked to left field and will get down and off the wall. Muncy had to take a hard turn around first, a very long single, but Nimmo played the carom very well off the wall, 113 off the bat.
And here is Paredes, who was robbed by Beatty in the 3rd inning.
1-1, and that's down the line for a base hit. That's going to tuck into the corner. Around second goes Muncy. He's getting the windmill home from Emar. Here comes the relay. It is late. Johnny Paredes, and RBI double scores Muncy all the way from first, and the A's have their 2-run lead back.
Soto's 0 for 2 and a walk today. 1 for 6 in this series. Alonso and Nimmo to follow with the Mets. This is the inning where you need to make something happen. And ball 4. So Soto walks to lead off in the 8th inning.
That means the tying run comes to the plate, and it's Pete Alonso.
Big pitch right here. Runner not going. 3-2. Swung on and missed. Throws a fastball by him. Alonso K's for the 3rd time today, and that'll bring up Nimmo.
2-1. That's hit to left center. Bleday on the run, and he closes the gap and makes a good catch.
The pitch to Marte is waved at. Gets in with a sweeper outside. Good job to pitch around the leadoff walk for Tyler Ferguson. We go to the bottom of the 8th, and still 3-1 A's.
What time is it, Dallas?
It's Miller time.
Here's the 0-2 pitch by Mason. And that swing on dribble to the right side, charging into the grass. Soderstrom, and he goes to the bag for the out.
0-2. No chance. Not a chance at all. Backdoor slider. Beatty was thinking something else. Miller has a strikeout, and 2 are down.
And so the Mets are down to their final out of the day with Tyrone Taylor coming up. And Taylor hammers one toward the hole, and he's got a base hit. Turned on 103 and bounced it through the left side, and the Mets have life in the 9th. Luis Torrens will come to the plate as the tying run.
You got to get your out right here. It's a dangerous fellow looming.
3-2 payoff. Ground ball to short. Wilson is there, loads up, throws to first. And Miller and the A's take a big bite out of the Big Apple. They win their first game of this series. The Mets fall to 9-5. The A's improve to 6-9. And the Reaper Mason Miller gets a save.